Salem, USA, in a sweeping wave of nostalgia that has sent longtime viewers into a frenzy. Days of Our Lives has just unveiled a series of comings and goings that promises to reshape the very fabric of the beloved soap. This week, the show's executive producer confirmed what rumors have been whispering for months. Several iconic characters are walking back through the gates of Salem, and their returns are anything but simple. First, the most electrifying news. Stephen Nichols is officially back as the roguish, eye-patch-wearing Steve Patch Johnson. Nichols' return, timed for a May sweeps explosion, sees Steve emerging from a deep undercover mission that even his wife, Kayla, knew nothing about. But there's a twist. The Steve returning to Salem isn't the reformed hero fans remember. Early script leaks suggest he carries a dark secret, a modified memory chip implanted by a rogue intelligence agency. In one exclusive clip obtained by Creativity News, Steve stares at a family photo of Kayla and Stephanie with cold, unrecognizing eyes, whispering, "Target acquired." The question isn't whether love will win, but whether Kayla's medical expertise can deprogram him before he destroys the Brady family from the inside. Hot on Steve's heels is Peter Reckell, slipping back into the denim jacket of Beau Brady. However, this is not a flashback, a dream, or a ghost. Show writers have crafted a bold narrative. Beau was never truly dead. His death, years ago, was a staged event by a now-deceased villain to use Beau as a dormant sleeper agent in a secret prison. Rescued by Hope's daughter, Sierra, in a harrowing off-screen raid, Beau returns broken, aged, and struggling with PTSD. The first scenes between Beau and Hope, Christian Alfonso, who agreed to a limited run, are said to be shot in single, unbroken takes, raw, whispering arguments in a rain-soaked loft. "I don't know who I am anymore," Beau tells Hope in a leaked dialogue snippet. "The man you loved died in that cell. I'm just the ghost who crawled out." This is not a cheerful reunion. It's a harrowing recovery arc that will dominate the summer. But the most creatively audacious return belongs to Eileen Davidson, who is not just back as the iconic Kristen DiMera. She's back as Susan Banks, Thomas Banks, and Penelope Kent, all in the same week. In a meta tour de force, a failed DiMera experiment will splinter Kristen's psyche, causing her to physically split into her various impersonations. One episode will feature Davidson playing 3 different characters in a single scene, arguing with herself via green screen and split-screen technology. "It's like being John Malkovich meets daytime television," a set source told Creativity News. Davidson demanded a harness for one stunt where Susan falls out of a DiMera chandelier and lands as Penelope. It's unhinged, and it's brilliant. Not all the news is about returnees, however. The goings part of this week's update is equally dramatic. Fan favorite Robert Scott Wilson is officially exiting his role as Alex Kuriakis. Wilson's final scenes, airing in late April, will see Alex framed for corporate espionage at Titan Industries. Rather than rot in prison, Alex fakes his own death in a spectacular boat explosion on the Salem River. But sources confirm this is not a permanent goodbye. Wilson has already signed a recurring deal to return as a ghostly hallucination for both Maggie and Justin, haunting their guilt over his death for the next 6 months. It's a clever way to keep a popular actor on screen while resetting his character's trajectory. Meanwhile, Katie McLean is stepping away from her role as Jennifer Horton Devereaux to focus on a Broadway commitment. Her departure is written with rare tenderness. Jennifer accepts a once-in-a-lifetime journalism fellowship in London, sharing a tearful, dialogue-free goodbye with Jack at the airport. The scene, scored only by ambient airport noise and a single piano note, has been called the most mature exit script in a decade by insiders. Finally, the most mysterious coming is a casting coup. Jensen Ackles, yes, The Boys and Supernatural fame, will return for a 5-episode arc as the grown-up Eric Brady, but not the Eric we know. Ackles will play a parallel universe version of Eric from a timeline where he never became a priest. This dark Eric is a ruthless corporate raider who arrives in Salem with a single goal: to buy the Brady pub and turn it into a casino. His scenes with Marlena, Deidre Hall, are described as chilling, as this Eric looks at his mother like a stranger. "You were never proud of me in any timeline," dark Eric whispers in one preview. "So I stopped caring." What makes this batch of comings and goings different from the usual soap opera churn is the storytelling ambition. Days is no longer just bringing back favorites for a hug and a wedding. The show is using familiar faces to tell radical, genre-bending stories. Memory modification, PTSD recovery, multiple personality meta-comedy, and multiverse theory. It's as if the writer's room decided to treat Salem not as a town, but as a sandbox for psychological drama and sci-fi-infused melodrama. Fans have already taken to social media with the hashtag Patch or Perish, celebrating Nichols' return, while a competing faction mourns Wilson's exit with Alex deserved better. But the consensus is clear. Days of Our Lives is in the midst of a creative renaissance. By rotating its veterans through high-concept, high-stakes arcs, the show is proving that daytime drama doesn't have to die. It can mutate, reinvent, and shock. As one veteran writer told Creativity News off the record, "We're not just bringing back old characters, we're bringing back the feeling of watching Days with your grandma, when anything could happen, and nobody stayed dead for long. We just added a lot more therapy and a little more multiverse." With Beau's fractured mind, Steve's rogue programming, and Dark Eric's casino empire looming, Salem has never felt more dangerous, or more alive. Tune in, because the homecoming is just the beginning of the nightmare.